So Ubisoft just gave away $13 million, of course by accident. And before you start farming YouTube ads to buy R6 credits, you should probably know that hackers literally broke into their servers, gave everyone 2 billion credits, and then banned the CEO from his own game. Yeah, we're gonna need to talk about this. December 27th, 2025. Rainbow Six Siege players log in expecting the usual, getting spam picked, arguing about operator bans, Tuesday. Instead, they are greeted with 2 billion R6 credits just sitting there. Like finding money in your jeans, but if your jeans were Ubisoft server infrastructure and the money was enough to make Jeff Bezos jealous. But here's the thing, this wasn't a glitch. This wasn't some intern accidentally adding a few zeros. This was a full-blown backend breach. And if you think giving away fake money was the worst part, oh buddy, strap in. Because what happened here reveals something way more terrifying about how games actually work under the hood. So let's talk about what actually happened. On December 27th, hackers didn't just break into Rainbow Six Siege. They basically became Ubisoft. Every player across PC, PlayStation and Xbox suddenly received 2 billion R6 credits, 2 billion renown, every single cosmetic in the game, and developer-only skins that weren't even supposed to be obtainable. Now, if you're thinking, cool, free stuff, Ubisoft was thinking we need to unplug literally everything right now. The entire game got shut down. The marketplace gone. And then came the cherry on top. Hackers hijacked the ban system and started issuing fake bans with messages targeting Ubisoft employees and executives. Imagine getting banned from your own game by someone who broke into your house and is now using your Netflix account to leave you passive-aggressive reviews. But here's when it gets technical, and this is the part everyone's getting wrong. Most people think hacks like this are about finding password or guessing admin credential. No. Modern game hacking is about understanding how the backend talks to the client and exploiting that conversation. So here's how Rainbow Six Siege, or honestly any modern online game, actually works. We've got 3 main components: the client, the server, and the database. The client is your game running on your PC or console. It's constantly sending requests like, hey server, I shot this guy, or I want to buy this skin. The server is Ubisoft's backend. It validates everything. Did you actually shoot that guy? Can you afford that skin? The server is the bouncer, the judge, and the bank all in one. The database is where all your actual data lives. Your credits, your unlocks, and your questionable operator main choices. In a normal world, these 3 things have a very strict relationship. The client asks nicely, the server checks with the database, and then responds. You can't just tell the server, give me everything, because the server is be like, yeah, prove you paid for it. But what these hackers did, they didn't attack the client. They didn't even really attack the server in the traditional sense. They found a way to either exploit an API vulnerability, compromise server-side authentication, or database injection or manipulation. Let's break this down. Think of APIs like a waiter. You tell the waiter what you want, they bring it from the kitchen. But if the waiter doesn't check your ID, you can order stuff you're not supposed to have. APIs are supposed to authenticate and authorize every request. If there is a flaw in that process, say an endpoint that doesn't properly verify admin privileges, you can inject commands that the server just accepts. Then it comes to compromise server-side authentication. This is the we literally have the keys to the kingdom scenario. If hackers gained access to privileged accounts or tokens, they could make requests that look legitimate to the server. The server thinks it's talking to a trusted admin, so it does whatever it's told. Database injection is if they got direct access to the database layer, either through SQL injection or compromised credentials, they could modify values directly. They can say, hey database, everyone's credit count is now 2 billion, and the database goes, okay, you're authenticated. Done. So what about the fake ban messages? That's probably the same vector. The ban system has an admin interface or API endpoint. Hackers found a way to call that function with custom messages. The server didn't care what the message said. It just knew this is a valid ban command from an authenticated source. And here's the scary part. This kind of attack is silent. Ubisoft didn't know it was happening until players started posting screenshots. There was no alarm that went off saying, hey, someone just gave 2 billion credits to the entire player base, because to the server, everything looked normal. The commands were properly formatted, properly authenticated, just not actually from Ubisoft. Now you might be thinking, okay, cool, I understand how they did it, but how do I protect myself? I'm not Ubisoft. Wrong question. You're asking what Ubisoft should have done. But the real question is, what does this tell you about every single online service you use? Because, spoiler alert, if Rainbow Six Siege can fall, so can your bank account. Let's talk about how game developers and literally anyone building online systems should be protecting against this, because Ubisoft clearly missed a few steps. Step 1. Zero Trust Architecture. This is Cybersecurity 101. Never trust. Always verify. Every single request, even from trusted source, should be validated. Just because a command looks like it came from an admin doesn't mean it did. Implement multi-factor authentication, token expiration, and request signing. If someone's trying to give away $30 million worth of virtual currency, maybe double check that. Step 2. Rate limiting and anomaly detection. If your system sees 50 million credit transactions happening in 30 seconds, maybe that's a red flag. Modern systems should have monitoring that detects unusual patterns. It's like if your credit card company calls you because you suddenly bought 47 TVs in Belarus. That's anomaly detection. Games need this too. Step 3. Separation of privileges. The ban system shouldn't be accessible through the same API as the shop system. Admin functions should be isolated, require additional authentication, and be logged extensively. If someone's issuing bans, there should be a paper trail so clear you could follow it in the dark. Step 4. Input validation and sanitization. Never trust user input and never trust external input. If an API endpoint accepts a credit amount parameter, it should have strict limits. Nobody needs 2 billion credits. Cap it and validate it. If someone sends 2 billion, your system should laugh and hang up. Step 5. Regular security audits and penetration testing. Pay people to hack you before the bad guys do. Seriously, penetration testers are like friendly burglars who break in your house and then leave you a detailed report on how they did it. Ubisoft probably has this, but clearly someone missed something. But here's what you can do, because this isn't just about game developers. For gamers, enable 2FA on every gaming account you have. Every single one. Use a password manager, and most importantly, don't reuse passwords. The moment one service gets breached, hackers try that password everywhere else. And be suspicious of too good to be true in-game offers or messages. If something seems off, it probably is. And for everyone else, the same logic applies to your email, your bank, and your social media. If Rainbow Six Siege can get breached, so can anything else. Also, keep your software updated. Yes, I know updates are annoying, but they patch vulnerabilities like the ones that probably led to this. The thing is, Ubisoft will recover. They're rolling back transactions, they're investigating, they'll patch whatever vulnerability was exploited. But the lesson here is bigger than one game. Every single online system is built on trust. Trust that server knows who you are. Trust that database is accurate. Trust that API endpoints are secure. And when that trust breaks, chaos. $30 million worth of free credits. Chaos. So yeah, Ubisoft just lived through every game developer's nightmare. Hackers didn't just break in, they redecorate. They gave everyone infinite money, banned the CEO, and exposed just how fragile these systems can be when someone knows where to push. The technical breakdown: API exploitation or compromised authentication leading to unauthorized database manipulation. The lesson: zero trust. Always verify, and for love of God, monitor your transactions. Ubisoft probably going to patch this, tighten security, and pretend this never happened. But you know who won't forget? The hackers, because now they've proven it's possible. If you want to understand more about how hacks like this work, how devs build systems to prevent them, or just want to see me break down the next security disaster, hit subscribe, because in the world of online gaming and tech, something always breaking and someone's always breaking in. And hey, if you're sitting on 2 billion R6 credits right now, congrats, Ubisoft's coming for those, but at least you got a cool story of it. See you in the next one and stay secure, or don't. More content for me.